we're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign of what's going to happen to these other workers moving forward. And I talked.
Welcome to the Cryptoteacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works. Because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that everything is planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, those books are mandatory. The New World Order book wakes you up to how the world really works. Also, those who've donated to the Cash App, Patreon, much love, keep it coming. And then also those who are purchasing at both stores, much love to you. Now, of course, guys, we're going to get into Bitcoin and cryptos first. Now, basically, we have this week coming up. Of course, tomorrow is for the great Martin Luther King. So the stock market is going to be closed. So therefore, we have one more day of liquidity inside of the crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin has moved a little lower. And then also, some of the Bitcoin dominance is dropping. Now, we know that Bitcoin has been following the S&P, guys. Do not forget that. Remember, the Fed controls the stock market and cryptos. When the stock market is going to move down, you better believe cryptos are going to be moving down also. But we went over how we were getting pumped with all this money from the facilities, so we know this. Now, guys, don't forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. Volume, Tether, and USDC. Make sure you are focused on that. And then plus, guys, don't forget the Fed is still cutting checks every Tuesday. Do not forget, only a few of the facilities were closed. The rest do not close until March 31st. So we definitely have to pay attention to Janet Yellen. We know when Janet Yellen took Treasury, that means the Fed definitely hijacked the whole money system, guys. So now they're in charge of the Treasury and the actual Fed. Now, they was in charge already, of course, with Steve Mnuchin. But definitely what Janet Yellen already understands what the Fed wants to do, she can actually lead the way. Do not take your eyes off of Janet Yellen. Remember, I told you that. Remember, the Cryptoteacher advised you of that. Now, guys, yesterday we had altcoins and especially DeFi actually get a pump. DeFi went down a little last night, but definitely DeFi got a pump. Now, last time we went through this stage, Bitcoin took a pump. Altcoins, of course, got their pump. And then DeFi got their pump. And then what did we do? The whole markets went down. And it looks like we're headed that way anyway. I told you, when they start closing these facilities, shrinking this liquidity, of course, cryptos are going to take the biggest hit. Why? Because this is all speculation. Real use cases are not in yet. I definitely see a quiet 2021 and the beginning of 2022. I still being quiet. And then the summertime and the end of the year, that's when we start pumping. Because don't forget, ISO regulation goes into effect at the end of 2022. But remember, guys, since the Democrats are in office, remember what I told you. Their narrative is for the people. So the fact is that the markets are going to be quiet. We're definitely going to head down. You're going to have more money being implemented to the actual people. We know universal basic income is right around the corner. And I definitely see talks of that by the end of the year going into 2022. We know the fact is that universal basic income is going to save this economy, and that's going to allow cryptocurrency to take over. Don't forget that. Remember, it's not called a stable coin for any reason. It's going to be stable. We know the dollar is going to take that hit, but if I can run my money into a stable coin and it keeps its actual worth, of course, people are going to run into it. And then we start getting that programmable money. It's definitely coming, guys. So make sure you keep your eyes open. Now, getting over into the actual news, we have $500 million worth of Bitcoin future positions getting liquidated. And like I advised you guys, we're definitely going to be headed down, a downward position, but we're definitely going to have our pumps. Same way we hit 40, we dropped down to 30, came right back up to 40 again. Now we're dropping down again. We're going to have volatile movements on our way down. Now, don't forget we have CME launching Ethereum futures, and that's definitely going to make the market even more volatile, and also Bitcoin even more volatile. So, of course, that happens next month. I'm going to keep you more up to date and see which way the actual market is going to be headed. But definitely with Ethereum futures along with Bitcoin futures is definitely going to be volatile. Now, also, we have the exchanges running the reserves of Ethereum starting to plunge over 27% in the last 48 hours. And also, guys, we have Coinbase. Of course, it's tax time, partnering with Coin Tracker. So we all know Coinbase is with the government, IRS, all that good stuff. I've been over that plenty of times. Now, we have also Coinbase is going to be decomposing their servers. Now, guys, we know they go down at just the right time. So we know that's all manipulation. But we know if they're going public, they have to get these systems together. So that's the reason why they're actually doing it. But we have Osprey Funds doing an over-the-counter Bitcoin trust fund, giving actual Grayscale a run for their money. So now, guys, we'll have two trust funds manipulating the Bitcoin price. So we know that's exactly what they do. Now, we also have MetLife Investment says CBDCs are not a fad. But, guys, we know when it comes to the actual central banks, only a few central banks can legally hold cryptocurrencies. We know that the SDRs are the end game because that's going to give the IMF total control. Digital SDRs, remember the Cryptoteacher advised you. Now we have the Miami mayor wants to put some of the cash reserves of the city into Bitcoin. Is that a good idea? Not right now, because we know Bitcoin is nothing but speculation. Until they say, hey, Bitcoin is pegged to gold, then I can see you doing that. But until then, it's volatile. It's too volatile. The dollar is not volatile that way. So that wouldn't make no sense whatsoever. Now, what you should do is put those cash reserves into gold. Because who is your biggest gold holder? That's right, the central banks. We know, guys. Now we have the New York Police Department details his use of cryptocurrency transaction analysis. And guys, remember when the government used to record just what they used to say criminals, and then it turned into everybody? It's the same thing when it's going to come to cryptocurrency. It's going to be investigating the criminals to actually looking at every single transaction. And that's what they want. Because then basically, if you're paying cash for this a little item, it shouldn't be tracked. But now with blockchain, every item is going to be tracked. So they'll never, ever have to worry about IRS again because you're going to be the IRS because all your items are going to be tracked. Everything will be taxed, every single penny. And guys, that's the whole point of this. They'll be able to tax the globe. Don't forget. And guys, lastly, we have massive blackouts in Iran. And the government is blaming Bitcoin mining. Now, I don't know whether this is true or not because, of course, this is a Washington Post article. And, guys, we know all of our media is controlled by 4 corporations. But, guys, we've seen a lot of cyber hacks in our utilities inside the United States. So, guys, definitely something is big. It's brewing behind the scenes. We already know this. And I went over the video last night. Please check it out. It's definitely something brewing. We just have to make sure we keep our eyes open. But guys, that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Also, if you're new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance, the links are in the description and book links are in the description. Also, guys, stocks. Do not forget about the stock channel, Cryptoteacher Stocks. You have your Cobalt, your chip stocks, your gaming, your banking. While everybody's sitting at home, don't forget about the at-home stocks, the C-word, the biotech stocks that keep pumping and dumping those. And while everybody's at home getting free money or waiting on that free money, what are they doing? drinking and smoking weed, don't forget about those stocks, and y'all have a wonderful day.